intense emotional thought, a complex, strong feeling that includes affections, respect, and protectiveness. In other words, love can be considered as many things or defined by oneself. A perspective of a person who has his or her own feelings and opinions about defining love. In addictions, it is hard to describe how it really is through every single individual. But love, in general, can be defined as between two people, love of habits and love of religions. Love is a bond feeling that gives people a healthy lifestyle which is needed for marriage and life. First of all, we do not know how people meet each other, start having the first date, or even have feeling for each other. In fact, love often appears through the way people think. If they think love is not good for their relationship, then they would stop to hang out. If they think love is needed for their relationship, then they would grow closer to each other. Specifically, there are two types of love, short-term and long-term. A long-term love is a healthy relationship in which people would stay close together and be passionate in mostly every time. The short-term love normally would give people a wonderful view of love, or known as passionate love, but only for a short amount of time. This love then gradually fades since the couple is no longer has interest for each other. It can create stress, breakup that can negatively impact on their life. So, do we learn anything from love? The answer is yes. When people fall in love, they usually know that it is indeed worth it. In fact, love does teach people many things in terms of understanding relationships and mental health, in which it gives people healthy elements such as sharing, caring, honest, etc. However, short-term love, as mentioned, would negatively impact on their life. So, what is love in marriage? Marriage, I think, is a little bit different than love, in which it means they belong to each other, since two people have to be agreed before they marry. In other words, marriage is like a frame, so that everybody can see that love is protected. We all know that love is an essential condition that needed to make the relationship stronger and closer. When we mention marriage, people often think that it's always go with love. That's what people think. What if they don't actually marry for love? We do not know and often expect love to be in marriage. In fact, marriage has other certain purposes, either for social status or peace. In history, sometimes there were marriages made between two nations for peace. Daughters have to listen to their father since women didn't have many rights. People would usually look for a person who has a good social status and income to marriage, so that they would live blissful. But what it is just some case in marriage. I think people would rather choose love instead of money. So, love in habit. Well, it is clear that everyone has at least one or two interests on something, whether it's a learning experience, playing games, or playing sport. When a person is born, he or she would have certain talents in their life. Just to be clear, given talent does not do anything with love or habits, but it is a good thing to mention since people are often interested in things that they are good at. In fact, people tend to do a better job at what he or she likes. For example, if you like math, music, or English, you will be able to do great at those subjects, but probably not so good at things that you don't like. Wondering why universities usually offer different majors for students? Simply because students would have their best ability through the opportunity of learning that they love. He or she would spend more time doing research and invest on it. In addictions, he or she would also has a good amount of knowledge on things they like. So, what is love in religions? So, first of all, humanity starts with no obvious reason or evidence to prove why we live on Earth in the first place. We might be confused about things that are uncertain around us, things that are supernatural and hard to believe. That's why people need support from, God, who gives them joy. Religion can also give people a healthy lifestyle, which makes them feel safe and being blessed by something or someone. In conclusion, love can be defined by everyone since it doesn't have a fixed definition, but it's based on every individual's opinion. Love is a healthy element that people need to have so that they would be able to understand the morals, the world, and most of all, love.
Okay, 2 questions. What is love?
For me, love can be expressed in many ways, but importantly, I think love comes from two people, and no matter how old you are, it doesn't matter. They just fall in love with each other. That's it matter.
Today I will ask Christians 2 questions. First of all, what is love?
I think love isn't just something that you like. You have to love a person to be called love. You can love your job or your hobby.
So what do you think of the love in marriage? Is that need to be love, or you don't think that love is needed in marriage?
Of course, if people commit to a marriage, they have to be in love with each other. Otherwise, love can be like a failure for them. Because if they don't fall in love with each other and they still get marriage, and I just feel like it's like they're gonna feel like trapped by something, and it's really hard for them. And that marriage is not gonna be successful.
What do you think about love in marriage?
I think love in marriage for today is essential. If you like talk about love back in the days, I don't know, like some situation you can like have love doesn't have to have in marriage. For example, like between 2 kingdoms that have war with each other, and like two
Like marriage for peace, right?
yeah, it's like
So do you have any love? You love something or someone?
not necessarily something. I love building stuff like maybe like
That's cool.
yeah.
So bonus questions. Do you love someone or something?
Yeah, of course. For now, I'm not talking about my lovers, but I'm talking about my family, because that's the one I truly love.
For today's world, I think it's essential because most purpose or like essential purpose for marriage is like to have kids and like to really like help them understand what love truly is. There has to be love in marriage so that they can understand more than when they grow up.
Okay, so
Thank you.
the bonus questions.
Oh, what?
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
No.
No, that's just have the
You will
answer.
have in the future.
Maybe.
What is love?
I don't know. Something that I don't have. Probably.
Right, so like, isn't you like interested in programming?
Yeah.
So isn't it considered as an interest?
Yeah. Interest is not love.
Uh,